因为最近的中美关系以及中美贸易战正在如火如荼的进行中，那目前关于一些问题，我们想得到美国方面的第一手信息资源。
Okay, thank you very much, Cici. Thank you for the introduction. I don't know what you said, but I'm pretty sure it was very, very nice. So I'm glad to be here. Like always, China is our favorite origin of the goods, so I come here often. And it's nice to be here during the time when the tariff situation is going on. So I'd love to answer your questions.
Some questions for US side nowadays. So the first is that during the duty tariff since this month, the market from China side to US is dropping, but from Southeast Asia and other countries to USA maybe it's increased. And also manufacturers, they're asking me that, do you think the other countries, their supply chain will replace the place of the Chinese manufacturer in the US?
All right, so Cici, let me start with the bigger questions here. Right? So what's happening? China is the biggest trading partner of the US, and US is the biggest trading partner to China. Both of them, big players. The rest of the world is watching what is happening. And what we see in the US when we're sitting there and looking at so much trade going through our offices, your office and my office, it is easy to see that China is not going to be left out. There's going to be eventually some balancing act. But until then, we have to contend with what we are doing right now. So there are many things that are going to happen in next few months or years to come under Trump administration. And one thing is for sure, China would have to look at alternatives to the US market. And the same thing for the US, we have to look at alternatives to the China market or China manufacturing. And we see that the containers are piling up at the port and all of that. So your question was, where do we see this going? It is not easy to give you the answer. What's important for us to see is how we are going to mitigate through these tariffs. So let's say if the tariff keeps on increasing and there is no trade, then it's going to go through other countries, legally or illegally, into the US. We're looking at many problems where people choose to do incorrectly. So I'm here to sit with you, and hopefully we can learn how to do the things correctly.
Also, we have very popular questions that many clients ask me every day that, do we have chance or can we do to ship goods from China to another countries like Malaysia, like Indonesia, like Dubai, like Europe, and then transfer it to USA to save the duty tariff? Do you think can we do in this way?
This is a question that is being asked all the time. The simple answer is, country of origin change is not only not authorized in the US, but there are specific rules for changing the country of origin. So if the country of origin of something that goes from one place to the other place and then is manufactured into something that is completely different and then is exported to the US, there are rules for conversion. But if you take something very simple, you manufacture it, mass manufactured in China, then you take it to Dubai and just put made in Dubai label on it and ship it to the US, it's illegal. It's not going to avoid taxes because customs in US is going to find out. It cannot be done. So anybody who is trying to do that, obviously, maybe statistically, it is possible that something gets into the US, but US Customs is very careful in dealing with it. So manufacturers, suppliers in China have to be very careful not to do that. They have to be careful what they're doing, because if their product is found out in the US, they may face a big problem from US government and even Chinese government. So I would suggest not to consider that option to avoid duties. There are other ways of doing it. There are other markets to go to other than the US. So at this time, be very careful. That's what our advice is. Either dropping the tariff war and going to normal, or remaining the same way and everybody else also pays the high duty. My assessment of the situation, the way macroeconomics are working in the US, I think all the tariffs will be dropped. So this interim period is very, very important for you to work through when the tariff is high, and maybe this pause will also give both the countries some assessment time where we're going. It's a good day to watch for.
Okay.
Thank you guys. Appreciate
it. Thank you. Okay. Yes, thank you very much for Mr. Zim's answers, and also we will keep close communication in the future. So if you have any questions, please leave message to us or send us the email. We will update the market news between China and US in the next few days. Thank you.
I'm looking forward to hearing from you, and goodbye. Take care.
Thank you.